Hello everyone and welcome to another React video. My name is Draven and today we get to do a blind react, which is a song and band that I have never heard of before. And kind of for good reason. These guys are relatively new, formed in 2020 in South Australia. They are Seek Misery. And from what I was told, because this is going to be a channel first in a couple of ways, A, for the blind react, and B, a channel first because this is the first time that a band has actually reached out to the channel and said, hey, we put out a couple of new tracks, would you like to do a reaction? So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I think that's such a good marketing strategy in 2025. YouTube is such a massive juggernaut for discovery, and just people are on it all the time. So if you want to get exposure, that's probably the quickest way to do it. I'm not saying this video is gonna make them explode and send them into the stratosphere, but depending on what you guys think of the music, maybe a couple of extra eyeballs and ear holes will make their way towards Seek Misery, and that's kind of the goal, is to just get new music in front of as many people as possible, including myself. So this song is going to be called Flesh and Rust, and it's from their upcoming album, their upcoming debut album, Everyone You Love Will Leave, and that's coming out on November 14th. So if this ends up being your cup of tea, or if you're already a Seek Misery fan, be sure to grab that album. So am I a fan? I don't know yet. That's what we're here to find out. So with that being said,
shut up, Draven.
Let's go. Oh, that's old school looking. Misery operating system. My life has been a misery operating system. All right, here we go. We're about to get punched in the face, aren't we? It's too calm. Ooh. That was heavier than I thought. Holy shit. Jesus. Ooh. All right, we tend to stop about a minute in on all of our reactions. We went a little long. This is a minute and a half. So initial thoughts, the lead in, very nice, clean guitar work. And you just know, when you know that it's like a deathcore band, new metal, heavy metal, death metal, any metal band, if they start you off with cleans, first off, you know you're about to get punched in the mouth very hard, and that's exactly what happened here. Is very cool. I love the look of the video. It's got a real like Dexter Kill Room kind of vibe with the tarps all around, and the sound is awesome. I've heard, I don't know a lot of Australian metal bands, death metal bands, anything like that. It's not a scene that I've really dove into all that much, but from what I've seen online, I've seen like shorts here and there where people are like, Australian death metal, holy shit. And then I click on it and it's just like, it just hits you like a truck. And this is no different. So I kind of had a little bit of an expectation. It's not right to categorize everyone in the same bubble and be like, well, if you're Australian death metal, you're going to sound like this. Obviously, every band is unique, but I had the expectation of heavy is coming your way. Be ready. And sure enough, there it was. I love the, I don't want to say dueling guitars, but you got the one guitar that's kind of doing the heavy chugs, and then in the background you've got one that's a little less distorted, and it's giving you those like bow bum 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 wow bum 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 wow, and it's just, you can latch on to that one if you get lost in the lyrics, if you get lost in the sound and the drums and everything. You can always find that and recenter yourself. And I'll liken it to a Lorna Shore, which, brutal metal band. You can't hear a damn thing that Will is saying, but they always have like a through line that you can always catch yourself onto, a little melodic kind of thing that always plays almost on a loop. And if you get lost in it, you can find yourself there. And I feel like that backing guitar is there for that. And it's very cool because not everyone's going to be able to follow along to this, but at least you've got something you can latch onto. So that's very cool for the casual listener like me, or a new listener like me, who can ground themselves in that section. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the start and we're going to check that out again. Here we go. Loving it so far though. Not exactly the music you're going to be doing your dishes to, you know what I mean? It's aggressive music. Ooh, that bass. Oh, I missed it. Yeah. It's got a little bit more of a groove to it. So again, right at the end of that section, there was kind of like that cleaner guitar, the higher pitched guitar that was strumming through there. And again, you can ground yourself in there, and it offers also a very, very cool dynamic from the very, very heavy song that we've got here. So I want to go back a little bit and hear that again, just because I love when bands do that. It's not just loud for the sake of loud. Anyone can do that. Anyone could do that. You know what I mean? It's just, you just crank the amps up, down tune it to drop D, and just just chug, you know. But to add those different dynamics into it, amazing. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I like that. Those double kicks there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. This is good.
This is my
Hell, what a great note. Hold that note, dude. Holy shit. Damn. The contrast between the clean picking and the vocals is very, very cool. Why do they look like their mom just walked in on them? They're like, sorry. That's cool. It's very video gamey. Oh, there you go. It's very video gamey. I like this outro. This is very cool. I tell you what, there was nothing wrong with that. Let's go talk about it. Right off the bat, I want to say with a very loud and clear voice, that was fucking awesome. That was really, really good. I don't know what to expect, but from what I had seen online, like I said earlier about Australian metal, death metal, things like that, that it is brutal. And this did not disappoint. This was right in that pocket, and I'm all about it. But what they do a little bit differently than, you know, a traditional, I guess, metal band would do, which is crank the amps up to 11, double bass, blast beats, chugging, crazy screams. You can run that formula all day long, 4 minutes at a time, knock out a great album, and metalheads everywhere will love it. But what they do, and I likened them to Lorna Shore earlier in the video as well. I'm going to do it again, and I'm not saying that this is like a Lorna Shore ripoff band or they're trying to be Lorna Shore. Nothing like that at all. It's just they have the same type of formula, at least in this song, where it's you get all the heavy you can ask for, but they throw in some variances. So it's not just 4 minutes of loud and then you go to the next song and it's 4 minutes of loud and then 4 minutes of loud. I've been to concerts where the singer's like, all right, this song is called rah, 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 rah. And then they start and it sounds like the last 3 songs. And it's like after a while, it's just like it all sounds the same. But what Seek Misery has done is they added those elements for maybe not the crazy elitist metalheads that think it needs to just be loud for the sake of loud. They have those cleans in there. They have those through lines, like with the clean strum guitar and that background guitar that I was mentioning with the like just the wow wow. It almost sounds like an alarm going off periodically. And it's little things like that that add dynamic to the music where you can, like I said in the video, you can just ground yourself in it. Even if you're not following everything else that's happening, you can at least still enjoy the song. And with every new listen, you're gonna pull in a little bit more of everything else. So it's a very, very cool way to write music, and I commend the band on doing that, at least for my taste. I mean, maybe you out there, you all enjoy the balls to the wall, turn it up to 11 and just go. And every once in a while, don't get me wrong, that's awesome. You need those like, holy shit, what would the car wreck kind of songs. But I feel like an entire album, at least to my taste, an entire album of that, they all sound the same in the end. It's like, where does the last song end and the next song begin, kind of thing. So that's my take on the music portion of it. The video and the theme of the song are very, very cool. Like I said, the video, nothing crazy going on in the video, just a bunch of lads in a room playing some music, but it did have like I said, the Dexter kill room kind of vibe to it, which is very cool. And them being all in black is a great contrast to the white background. And thematically, the song as it was pitched to me by David, who is the bassist and I guess band manager for Seek Misery, was that it was along the lines of a horror survival game. So like a Silent Hill, Resident Evil kind of thing. Maybe not so much Resident Evil because it's not zombie centric, but he specifically mentioned Silent Hill, and that makes a ton of sense, especially after you read the lyrics. I'll admit, I didn't really understand a thing that the singer, who is named Ryan, was saying. On a first listen for a metal band that you've never heard before, you're probably not going to understand much. I did pull out Flesh and Rust a couple of times, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Is there's a lyric in there, and if I don't get it 100% right, I apologize, but it says, as the walls decay around me, or all the walls decay around me to flesh and rust. That is very, very Silent Hill-ish, because when that siren goes off and all the walls start to peel away and everything just gets gross, and it's almost like all there is left is just fleshy goop and the bones of the buildings, so all the rusty beams and things like that. So that visual in your mind, you can see, if you were to implant those lyrics and this music into a Silent Hill game or movie, and then you see that happen, it fits perfectly. So that description, that pitch was 100% spot on. And I'm a lifelong gamer. I'm a lifelong horror fan. So hearing things like it's inspired by Silent Hill, that caught my attention right off the bat. So I'm definitely glad that I checked this out. Hopefully you guys have a new band that you want to go and check out and support. Like I said, these guys have their debut album coming out on November 14th. Feel free to go check that out. And if you enjoyed this reaction, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hop down into the comments, let me know if you want to see some more Seek Misery. They do have another new single that came out as well for that upcoming album, so if you'd like me to check that out, let me know. Or if you've got other metal bands kind of in this genre that you'd like to have us check out as well, we're always looking for new music. And that's going to do it for today. YouTube thinks you're going to like this one, so go check that out. And as always, we'll see you at the next one.